Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I want to talk about a video that I actually saw on TikTok that was the spark for this video. And it's something silly, it might seem silly, but essentially it was a montage video of Iron Man. Every single suit that he's ever built, and then they did a voiceover in the background, essentially of like him talking about each suit and how he made improvements on each suit and explaining, like, it was very moving the way that it was formatted. It was kind of like talking about him with his anxiety and how like he had to make the best suit because he needed to protect his loved ones, and he wanted to be the best version of himself basically. And each suit, each rendition had a problem or had something that needed to be fixed. It had a flaw, and each time he would fall down and something wouldn't work out with the suit, and so he had to keep trying to make it better and keep trying and trying and trying. And there was times when he'd lose someone and he was like, I'm never letting that happen again, and so he would make it better. And then towards the end of the video, he says something about the suits. He says that they aren't just these things of metal. He's like, they're my life's work. Like, they're my progress. They show every experience I've ever been through. They show my growth, my learning. Like, basically it's like that. It's like these suits aren't just these things of metal. Like, they have meaning to him because they represent him, as in, it's just like us when we shed skins, when we basically go through different layers of ourselves and we cycle and we fall down and we get back up again and we try to improve a little bit and we fall down again and we get back up again. And it was just this concept, and I've always related to Iron Man a lot, only because the idea of the metal suit relates to me because my spine is made of metal. Basically, I have titanium rods in my back and 20 screws, so I mean, I'm held up by metal. And I always used to think about that whenever I'd be down in my life. I would think about how I had my back surgery when I was younger, and I thought it was going to be the end of everything for me. And it took me over a year to fully recover and just get back to walking again and rolling over in bed again and doing all these simple tasks. And I always think about that experience when I think of going through hard things now, because that experience was like one that was life-changing for me in a positive way. It was one of the hardest experiences, but it reminded me that hard things can actually lead to some of the best things. And also, it reminds me every day that of the song, I am titanium, like, shoot me down, I won't fall. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose, I am titanium, right? And I feel like that's what we are doing with ourselves every single time you go through these cycles where you fall down and then you get back up again. And everyone likes to talk about this idea of like, don't go towards the light, don't get stuck in these karmic cycles, or don't repeat the cycle again, you'll just keep cycling. But the cycling isn't just the same cycle again and again. Every time that you go through these cycles, you are bringing something new back into the same moment again. So you're coming back to the same place in time, but it's not just a circle that never ends, it's a spiral. So you're coming back, but with more knowledge, more awareness, you're making some changes to yourself. And I said this in one of my videos on negative thoughts. And the reason why expressing negative thoughts and making friends with them is so important is because you're basically relaying data to yourself. You're describing things that aren't working for you, and then you're making adjustments, because what you don't realize is that your subconscious mind is constantly rearranging your reality for you based on what you say. So if you say something like, this is not really working for me, this has kind of been bothering me, and you say it with awareness, like you sit with yourself without judgment, you just express it outwardly and then you let it go. And I say in my other videos, you just leave it, you just drop it, you let it go, you don't try and fix it yourself. You let your subconscious fix it, and it will make those adjustments for you. You will come back to the same moment in time, the same experiences, so it might seem like nothing's changed, but you have changed, and you have grown stronger. And this is why I believe that I am so just extremely strong in my own beliefs, and I also believe this, again, relates back in time to my spine being fused, is that I have gone through so many cycles of changing myself. I've gone through so many cycles of expressing what isn't working for me, what I don't like, what's bothering me, what I do want. And every single time I've learned now to, again, let it go and not try to fix everything myself. And in doing that is when I've seen the most growth, when I finally started to just say it as if I'm like relaying information about my life, being like, okay, well, this isn't really working right now. I don't really like how this is going. I would like it if this was this way instead. And I promise you, your life will start to change based on that. You will start to change. Instead of always looking at, like the outer reality to shift and fix and be exactly the way you want it, like think of it kind of like you're altering yourself to be able to withstand your reality much better too. Like it's like you're building your own suits for yourself. Like you're becoming stronger and stronger and able to tackle things you were never able to tackle before. Like and when you build yourself stronger rather than just focusing on changing the outer world, then you can take that suit with you. You can take that strength that you've built inside of you anywhere in life after that. Like you can literally walk with this suit on anywhere you go for the rest of your life. And I'm talking like this is basically like building your body, your mind, all of this. This is like your suit. And so when you make yourself strong, then it doesn't matter what situation you're dealing with, where you're going, you're going to be powerful. You're going to know how to handle it no matter what, because you built yourself. You invested in you rather than investing in things outside of you, right? So that's why I talked about my other video, building the foundation first. You build the foundation inside yourself once, and then once you are so strong in yourself and your own beliefs and what you like, what you don't like, you know yourself like the back of your own hand, then it's like you can handle any situation that you want, and it doesn't matter the situation anymore. And I say this from experience too. Like when I see like an object or a situation or a person, I see myself in every situation now. I see the same fractal pattern repeating. It's almost like if I can solve one thing, I can solve anything. That's the best way I can put it with like this perspective that I have now. It's like you see through so many different eyes too. I said this in my other video. The more that you fall down and get back up again, like you're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to gain empathy for other people. Like the cycling is the most powerful thing you can go through. Even if in the process of it, it seems like everything's falling apart or going wrong, like you're rebuilding. You're falling apart so you can rebuild stronger. It's like building muscle. Think of it that way. You are building muscle inside yourself. So when people go to the gym to get fit and build muscle, that's doing it on the outside, right? Which is great. It's really great for your body. And also it can train your mind as well doing that. But the people that also build their mind, that's extremely powerful. You are doing the exact same thing as your body, but with your mind. So you're going through these cycles. And this is also why I say it's important to express what you want to change or what you need help with or what's bothering you, and then just leave it. Because think of it like going to the gym. You work out, you say all the things you need, you do your lifting of the weights, right? You lift these negative things up, you speak them out, whatever. You let them cycle through, and then you like go home and you rest. So like it's the same thing with this. You just leave it and then you rest afterwards. You just leave space after for things to be rearranged, for the muscle to repair and grow stronger again. Because every time you speak words, it's sort of like you're breaking off pieces of yourself, just like breaking down muscle. And then when you let go, when you're just relaxing, things come back together. It's like think of it like pieces that break off, like little magnets, and then all the magnets click back together, but they click back together in different ways every single time. Like in the movie Lucy, when she talks about things forming and reforming, that's like reality. All the time, you're using the same stuff, but you're just changing what it's being used for all the time. Like you break pieces of it off so that you can label it, so that you can be like, hey, this is the issue, and then rearrange it in a new way and stick everything back together again. So you're never actually losing anything. You're just breaking things off so that you can identify them as the problem, or this is working, this I like, this I don't like. This is also why it's important to say what you like and don't like. This is weird in spirituality where they tell you to just like accept everything all the time. You're allowed to have likes and dislikes. Like that is the point of, it's just the non-judgment part comes from you not judging yourself for having likes and dislikes. You're allowed to be human. You're allowed to express what you don't like, what you do like, whatever you need, because that is how you start to create this version of yourself that is exactly right for you. And I also like to talk about this, like filtering things down. So you can kind of think of it like starting from the bottom of the pyramid and then filtering upwards until you have like this one version of you that just represents everything. Like it's like you're like, what is the word? Because with a lot of concepts and things out there, like we pick up so many things in our life that aren't even ours, like all these ideas and concepts, and we believe them. And it's sort of like we dilute our own vision of ourselves. Like we dilute ourselves instead of just being one solid thing, like having our own beliefs. Like we dilute the liquid almost. I like to think of it like water diluting blood or something, like, you know, something like that. And we dilute I think also, like, with a lot of spiritual concepts and stuff, like, the way I see it is that we kind of dilute our humanness a little bit too. We kind of forget who we are a bit when we get into trying to follow other people's ideas and be just like them and just be neutral. Like, I have old videos on neutrality, which neutrality is not bad. Once again, it's just non-judgment of yourself. And to reach neutrality, which I did say in the video, is to be able to fully express yourself, because you don't find balance by just pretending you're balanced. You find balance by expressing what's bothering you so that you can come into balance, by getting rid of the things that are bothering you and focusing more on the things that are doing well for you. You start to, like, literally find balance in that. You can't find balance by just forcing it. You find balance by expressing yourself fully, allowing yourself to say your likes and dislikes, until finally it's just a natural balance that's found. I hope that all makes sense, but that is how I see the balancing of the scales. I'm also a Libra, by the way. My birthday is in very soon, actually, October 6th. So let me know if anyone else is a Libra in the comments, but this is what always reminds me of the perfect balancing of the scales, or we see in the Egyptian books, the feather and the heart, right? It's this perfect coming into balance, and it's natural. It's not something that's forced. It's not, you have to be this perfect person that does everything right. It's just, you're just coming to balance with you. You're coming to balance with your heart, right? The mind and the heart are balanced. And so that's what it's all about, is being able to fully express yourself and, again, allow your body to make adjustments. And I feel like this is something just not talked about, but it's very, very cool. Your subconscious mind is completely capable of making adjustments, but you have to give it the space to do so. If the mind keeps trying to override and be like, I'll fix this, I'll make it right, or I'll figure it out, whatever, like, then you don't give space for the subconscious to do it for you. And then you kind of get into that being of like, I need to do everything myself, blah, 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 which, trust me, I am that person. I have been there. So I'm talking from my own experience, but you have to let the body do things for you. If you give it time, if you relax, your body naturally will start to reorganize things. And if you feel sort of like pressure while relaxing or meditating, it usually means that there's something that the body's like, hey, like, there's something here that it seems like you don't like, and usually it can't identify it, so it needs you to identify it and point it out so that it can be adjusted. Because it's kind of like the body feels the waves, and it will feel like if something's off, but like you need to, as the mind, acknowledge it out loud and just say what it is so that you can identify it, bring it into form, and then change it, basically. And then it can return as energy once again, which I said in my other video about negative thoughts, how they just want to return to energy once again. They just want to be one with everything once again and return back to home, you could say. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think of this concept, but this is how I've always seen reality. And I think it's like a really beautiful way of looking at things too, is that you're building up this like suit for yourself. You're kind of like, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I like to think of myself like Iron Man sometimes. I'm like building up this suit of armor inside myself so that nothing can scare me. And by the way, also look at the movie The Matrix, look at the movie Lucy, when the bullets can't even touch them. That's the exact thing that you're doing. You're becoming strong enough so that these little things, negative things other people say about you, when other people come at you, you're so strong in your own beliefs that it just bounces right off. You reflect it away from you, like it's reflective, the surface. So yeah, anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.